In this video, I want to generate x values from -20 to 20, counting up by ones, and I want to have the y values that correspond to the equation x squared minus x plus 1. I want to have those x values displayed in a column next to the first column, and I'd like them separated by a comma. So since we want to run this from -20 to 20, first of all, I'm just going to try to generate, use a for loop and try to generate the correct list of x's. So I'll say for x in range, we'll say -20 up to 20, I want to print the x value. And let's run that code. Save it, I guess. Let's say TwoColumn. Okay, so we save that, and I get -20 up to 19. I forgot whenever you use x in range, it doesn't include the top number, so I'll make it go up to 21, and we'll get that. So let me see if I can get that with I think I might be able to use a square bracket on this, and I think that may also work. Nope, just kidding. Okay. So here we go. We got -20 up to +20 using x in range -20 up to 21. And that generates the correct x values we want. Now, the function we wanted to generate was y equals x squared. So it's x, to use two multiply signs to represent squared. And then I think it was minus x plus 1. I believe that's what we said. So if that isn't what we said, if I said something different initially, then we're just going to say this is the equation we want. X squared minus x plus 1. And for each of those x values, I want to print a corresponding y value. So we'll say, okay, run our code. So when x is -20, we start at -421, then -19 gets 381. Etc., etc., etc. I'd like these next to each other, so I'm going to do this as print x comma y and run that. Okay, so that puts my x values and my y values, but it has a space in between them. I'd really like there to be a comma in between them. So I think I can do comma SEP for separator equals, I think I can put a comma plus like that. And then I think when I run this, there we go. We have our x value, comma, y value. So our data looks like this right now. Okay, so that seems good, but let's say we wanted to write this to a text file. So I want to see these numbers, but I want them stored in a text file. So first of all, right now these numbers are being represented, I believe, in integer format. So we're going to have to convert them over to string format in order to write them out to our text file. So I think I'm going to give my file the name, let's say file info. This is going to be the variable where I store stuff from my file. So first of all, I want to open my text file. I need to give it a name, so I'll call it TwoColumnData. And I need to make sure to put a .txt after it so it creates a text file. And then I want to write over this file each time I run it. So I'm going to use a W there. Then instead of printing out my data, I need to do file info and .write. So this is going to write the text lines out to the text file. I need to convert x over to a string. Oops, so it should be str. So instead of viewing x as a data, view it as a string. Plus, now I'm going to put my separating comma there. plus. These pluses, when you're dealing with strings, these pluses concatenate the strings, which kind of sticks the strings together. So we're going to have str of our y value. So this should print the x value as text, put a comma and a space, then print the y value as a text. Then we need to start a new line, which I believe to start a new line is, I think it's /n for new line. Close that out. And then I think we just do file info, which is our name. I think it's .close. Okay, let's run this code. If I have it set up right, then what should happen is we should get all these numbers in a text file, and the text file is where I stored this file. We probably have some errors though, so it's probably going to give me some issues. Okay, it just says restart, so hopefully good things have happened. Let's look in my file system. So I think I stored it in my engineering file, and okay, we created the text file TwoColumnData.txt. So here's TwoColumnData, and it's a text file. So let's see, is that matching up with the numbers we had here? -20 and 421, that looks good. -873, -873, 9 is 73, 9 is 73, 10 is 91. Yeah, so this right here is the data that we've created using the print statement in Python shell. We said, well, that's nice, but eventually we'd like to import these maybe into Google Sheets. So I had it create a text file by switching the print line over to this file info stuff. So okay, now we got our code is now writing into that file. And then later on, if I wanted to, I could open up a Google Sheet and we could say, let's import it and see what the data looks like. So we could go File, Import. We'll click Upload. We will toss our file, which is TwoColumnData, in there. Since it's separated by a comma and a space, I think it should automatically be able to detect it. So let's say import the data just as is using auto detect. And here's our data in our sheet. And let's actually graph it and see what it looks like. So we can go insert, the chart. And okay, so we get a parabola, big U shape out of this. So this data looks like a U shape, which makes sense because the thing we graphed was a quadratic. It was x squared minus x plus 1. So makes sense that our data looks like this. And so that's a bit about how you can use Python to generate x values and y values. First of all, the print statement's how you get it to display in Python's shell, but then this file info stuff we added is how we can get it to display in a text file. And then once we have the text file, we can use the file import to upload it to a spreadsheet. And we'll kind of stop there.